Wow. I can't believe I've come back from Kenya to this. Oh my god, I feel like it's just happened overnight and it is so cozy, and the colours in the garden. Oh, it's so cute. The colours in the garden are unbelievable. Look at those trees. This is probably one of my favorite times of year. I am definitely a spring girl, but autumn just does something to me. It just gets me all of my like witchy spirit, and I just love it, especially just coming into the garden, doing some gardening. This time of year I really enjoy, although the only thing with having loads of trees in your garden, like big trees, is the amount of leaves that fall. And I spent weeks and weeks and weeks last year in the autumn raking all of the leaves away, getting rid of them, and they just kept falling. So I'm really unsure if I'm gonna rake now and then rake again like next week and the week after, or if I'm just gonna wait until it's all fallen and just do a really big cleanup. It's really nice. I love coming home.
You say you don't know where you go, so come. The wind in your hair, birds keep flying away, away.
About 9 months ago, we did something kind of wild. We bought a house in Kenya. It's not something many people we know have done, but honestly, Kenya just has this magic. We completely fell in love with it. The people, the pace of life, the coastline. We found this 4-bedroom villa in Rutamu, right by the ocean, and it just felt right. One of those this is it moments. Of course, the house needed renovating, and renovating in Kenya is an experience in itself. Things don't always go to plan, but somehow it always works. I spent days going out, getting things designed by the locals, and then hopping back in a tuk-tuk to take them home.
Hey babe, I've just had some like really bad news. And Miles, my half brother, has just committed suicide. And I don't really know what to do. My mum just called me. And I just keep crying. And I can't call you because you're asleep. I don't know how it happened or anything, but he was... I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just feel really, really sad. I haven't even changed my calendar since September. I always get so excited when I can change the calendar because I've got the Wind in the Willows advent calendar, and I get so excited to see the new painting because I'm obsessed. I just need to show you how cute these paintings are. Like the little mole And the rabbits. The frog's outfit. This is my favorite calendar I've ever had, and I am always so excited to turn the page. Oh my god, I love him. I'm just gonna make a coffee, and then I've got so many things I need to do now I'm home. Like so many. I feel like I'm so behind. Every time I get back from Kenya, I realize how much I need to do. And it is terrifying half the time. I just need to keep on keeping on. Like there's nothing else I can do apart from do the things that I say I'm gonna do and do them really well. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna give you all a really big update on my life. I feel like a lot's happened this year and I wouldn't say that I have had like walls up around social media. I just haven't felt like I can get deep into everything. There's been a lot. But I feel like I'm kind of ready just to talk about it, so. Oh man, I love this room. I feel like my mind just goes completely quiet when I come in this room. I don't know what it does. I think it's because it's connected to the garden. It's just so peaceful and you can really hear the birds from this room. So it's like a little like reading nook. I really enjoy being in here, although it does get really cold in the winter. This year has been so wild. So many ups and downs. I think right now, I'm just kind of keeping myself together in like the best possible way. I feel like I'm just ready to speak about this. It's not really public knowledge, but I do think it's something to be spoken about. But let's start in January. January I went to Kenya. I went over with Harry. We went to go get the keys for the house and it was so exciting, like our first house in Kenya. And we had so many ideas to like renovate this house and make it into a business where we could go and stay in the house like here and there, but then also rent it out as a B&B. It was just like one of the best moments in my life and we had so much fun. And unfortunately it took a really, really long time to get the keys. It took like 3 weeks after they said we could get the keys. So it was a little bit iffy with timings. And actually Harry didn't even stay in the house for a night because he had to go and fly somewhere for work. So we got the keys on the day that he had to fly, which was just mental. But his sister and his sister's boyfriend stayed with me in the house, which was really nice because I didn't like know where anything was, so it was just nice to have people there and to like support me whilst I was figuring it all out. I then spent, I think, about 2 weeks renovating the space, and like renovating in Kenya is a whole experience in itself. If you say to someone, okay, I need a masonry guy, or I need an electrician, or I need to do this, you'll get like 10 people at your door within 5 minutes. Like loads of people want work. There's so much skill and craft in the area we're in anyway, and you'll get like people wanting to do work for you within seconds. So that was really great. I really love how like accessible and easy everything is. But then again, there is like a little bit of a language barrier. Not in a bad way, but you just have to make sure that they're like still kind of following the design of things. So there was a bit of that, and like it's just so different. I went out to go and get lamps made, lampshades for the lamps, mirrors carved out of mango wood, and like all designed by me, which is just so fun. You go to the carpenter and you tell them exactly what you want with images, measurements, and they can pretty much just go from there. And we have this amazing material guy where we live. His name's Shabir, and yeah, we measured all of the sofas and all of the cushions, and then went to go and get everything made. And I really enjoyed the process, especially because in England, where I rent now, like I love this house, but because I've been in it for quite a while, I like would love to get my hands on it and change some things, paint some walls, do this, do that. And I don't know, maybe it's just like the person I am, like I'm always wanting to like do DIY or change stuff, but it's so annoying when you can't and you're just like itching to like make a change or do something or like improve something. So I've finally scratched that itch in Kenya, which has been so fun, and I feel so grateful. Obviously buying in Kenya is a lot cheaper to buying in the UK, so that's why we could do it. Like I wouldn't be able to afford the house I'm in, it's ridiculous. And I think that goes for a lot of people who are renting in the UK. It's just so ridiculously expensive and near to impossible to get on the property ladder, especially when you're a freelancer or have your own business. Just they've made it really hard, and we just went, well, let's just do it in a different country, and at least we can just rent in the UK until the time's right, and we can get away to Kenya as much as possible. So that was a long story cut short, but not even close to finishing it. So anyway, I was renovating the house in Kenya, and by the time that Harry had left, his family had left, I was kind of by myself, just doing my own thing, cleaning, getting this place tip top before putting it online so people can book it. And then I think it was like 8 p.m, around 8 p.m, and I got a text from my mum into our family group chat saying, is everyone around for a call? And you know that moment where you just know something's not right? So I called her like within seconds, and she just said, oh darling, Miles is dead. The Miles is my half brother. And I like don't even have the words, because I haven't even explained that story of how I was told out loud, and it's such a surreal moment for anybody. I obviously didn't, I believed it, but you don't feel that belief in your body by then, because I was in a different country. I was by myself, so I couldn't speak to anyone in that moment, apart from people on the phone. But I was talking to my mum, and then my brother and sister joined the group chat, and I think then I just started to just cry. I was just so gutted, because he had been on a really challenging path for a really long time, and we were all waiting for him to be better. And it's just this sinking feeling of guilt. Like, I had the same with my dad, that I just never did enough. Sorry, I just had to take a breath. I don't know why I find this so hard. Like, I feel like I'm an experienced griever, but this is just something that obviously hasn't like passed through me yet, and explaining it is just still unbelievable, because it really wasn't that long ago. But Miles, my half brother, he was honestly the most stunning person in our family, but he had such a heavy soul, and he had his own battles I think no one really understood. And it kind of got to that point where I think some people just found it really impossible to fit him into their lives. And I don't know if it's just because I'm like one of the youngest in the family, but I just have this like huge, I am so empathetic to the point where it just, I think it gets me in trouble. But I would always make sure that me and him were like always good. And I think the worst thing is that he was just so proud of me. He always said that. He was like, I'm so proud of you, you know, doing this. And he'd always share pictures of me on Instagram. And he like didn't really share many pictures unless it was like the Rolling Stones vintage Pinterest picture. Like, he just didn't really share much about his life. And on the occasion he'd like post a picture of me and just say something really lovely. And I think that just what makes me really sad is, oh, family can be so tricky. I just wish I was strong enough to be that little bit closer to him. But yeah, I think I'm still figuring it out. It's just fucking shit. I feel really like I've got a blockage towards this, and I just have this huge sadness over me about it. Even now, I feel like I can't even release what I need to release. I just think it's really important for people to understand that like nothing's perfect, and this life that I've created for myself sometimes does have really jagged edges. I really need to crack on with my day. I've got my best friend staying, which is really nice, and we haven't seen each other in a really long time. And I'm gonna make a chocolate cake, and then we're gonna watch a movie later. And I just have really realized, and I already knew this after my dad had passed, is you really have to make like so much effort with the people you love, because fucking hell, life can just throw curveballs, and you would just only ever wish that you just did something really, I don't know, just like something together. Just be together, just make time for people and be there and like really listen to people. If there's anyone out there that is feeling lonely, like they can't speak to someone about their problems, or feel like they'll be judged for having suicidal thoughts, you just have to be so open to knowing that people will help you. And I know the world is freaking hard at the moment, and it feels negative and it feels really heavy, but the people around you, even if it's one person, people are more kind than not if you just ask. I just wish Miles had spoken to me.
spring, we went to Iceland. We'd booked the trip months before, back when life felt, well, a little bit lighter. It came at a time when I didn't want to leave the house, but I knew I needed to open my eyes to the world again. We travelled through the West Fjords, and just when I thought I didn't have any more tears to shed, the mountains reminded me how small we are, and how, somehow, everything heavy can drift away with the wind. Then summer came, slow mornings with Otis, family dinners, the simple things that really hold you steady. I learned to listen more, to ask people how they really are, and to make time for the ones I love. And then came Bongo. We found him on the beach in Kenya, skinny, shaking, and somehow still full of love. We didn't think twice about it, he was immediately ours. And in a strange way, he felt like a sign, a reminder that there's life after loss, love after heartbreak, and somehow there's always something waiting to be saved. When autumn arrived, I let myself rest, to be still, to create, and to be grateful for the calm that came after the storm. But the year's not over yet, and somehow it feels like I'm only just getting started. I've launched my pottery show, and I'm planning retreats where like-minded people can come together to create, to slow down, and to connect. We're continuing the house renovation in Kenya, getting Bongo back to full health, and I'm back on the wheel, making pieces that feel honest and intentional. And as an artist, I finally understand my style. It's taking some time, but I'm ending the year knowing I planted the seeds, and now it's time to let them grow. Even with the growing pains, I have this quiet trust that everything will work out. It always does. Thank you for watching and for being here through it all, and I'll see you in the next one.